Let's also quickly take a look at stocks that we are tracking this morning.
Yes, Shweta. So let's start with Vedanta first. Now, on Friday, the company announced the demerger of its businesses into 6 listed entities, which will be Vedanta Aluminium, Vedanta Oil and Gas, Vedanta Power, Vedanta Steel and Ferrous Metals, Vedanta Base Metals, and Vedanta Limited. Now, Vedanta said that it's going to be a vertical split, meaning that all these companies will become standalone business and a pure play business, and every shareholder of Vedanta will also get 1 share of each of these 5 listed new entities. Now, the stock, Shweta, as we saw, on Friday ran up about 7% or so. Today also it's up about 2.5%. Although on a year-to-date basis, the stock has been an immense value destructor for its investors. It's down about 27% or so. So,
Mohit, let's quickly get in Mohit to before we move on to other stocks. Mohit, a sharp volatility we've seen in Vedanta stock over the past 1 week. It's been in the news one way or the other. How is the demerger likely to impact the stock performance, and will it now finally start adding value to investors?
Exactly, because Vedanta share promoters are saying that it will unlock value for the shareholders. We just want to understand how, given that it has such big debt on its books right now.
So look, Shweta and Shuesh, I have a very core belief in stock markets that you need not be tracking and investing in every sector and every company. And few of the stocks, the stories are so muzzled up and the stories are so complex that one has to be really deep into it or has to avoid it. And I think Vedanta is one of those stories. Honestly, I shudder to enter into this territory where I can't understand the real intentions of the management, and the real path forward also is very, very hazy to me. It might sound very good that they have done a vertical split across their businesses, empowered each business unit, 5 different verticals, will unlocking value, and all is very fine. But look at the history of the company, look at the history of the management for last 3, 5, 10 years. It's honestly, to the retail shareholder, I don't think so they have really made enough money, or they have given enough on the table ever, right? So the promoters raised stake 2 years back, then declared a huge dividend, and then reduced their stake, and now they're demerging the company, right? So anyone who was entering the stock by virtue of a high dividend yield for last 2 years, I think that story is over. Will the business units fetch independent value, and could few of the businesses be hived off to pay the debt? I think only time will tell. Even the restructuring story will take almost like 12 to 18 months to actually fructify. If at all it fructifies, there are a lot of approvals required and a lot of things required. Out of the entire pack, I think Vedanta Aluminium is one company which still has a lot of value out there because of a lot of backward integration in the entire chain. But again, as I said, you need not be invested into every stock, and it's virtually humanly impossible to track every sector in the market. This is one sector and one stock where I will always keep, which I will always keep away from.
Now, to Mohit's point, Shweta, there is a little, some news or reports that, Vedanta could perhaps look at selling some of its assets or some of its businesses, in an effort to pay back the loan, and, the $2 billion payment that is coming up by the end of FY24 will be a big problem. I think from reports they suggest that at least analysts are expecting that as far as the this payment that is coming up in FY24 end of 2 billion, it will be covered by the fundraising activities and that Vedanta has overtaken in the last few months. However, it will still need to sell some of its businesses, probably to perhaps pay off some of the debt, which has been a big concern for the company.